Alright, here's my video on my 2004 Pontiac Vibe GT. This is a genuine GT. Here's a few of the highlights. Tires are decent shape. Paintwork is, well, you really couldn't ask for it to be too much worse. Headlights are a bit foggy, but honestly, it's not that bad. I've upgraded the bulbs to LEDs. You can see pretty well. Bodywork on this side is pretty straight. Paint's rough. Tint job is really crappy. Really very, very crappy. Bumper is scuffed. It's not pretty. Not pretty. We got a big old dent over here on this side. Let's see. I got backed into the parking lot. Paint is starting to flake up a bit right there. Other than that, there's not really much wrong. The gaps are all good around here. The door works just fine. The door's not compromised. You can see this tire's good too. And that's the rear tire. And the other rear tire. Alright. Here in the back, we still have a spare accessory belt. And then, let's see if we can get this up. There we go. Still have the original spare. Good space back here. Of course, if you know anything about the Vibe, you know that you can flop these forward. That one's resting on a bottle of coolant there. Don't worry about the coolant. Usually when I see coolant in a car, I think, uh-oh, head gasket. No, I just did a coolant flush because I thought the coolant in it looked old, so I flushed out the coolant, and then I had this with me in case I needed to top up. Roof rack is still included, but that's pretty much standard. This is a genuine Vibe GT. Stuart, step away from the car. I'm going to include this this adapter here because it works well with this car. AC works, heat works, cruise control does not work. Gears 1 through 5 work. 6th gear does not work. Okay? Now let me grab my key. Also, this car has had... I have not started up this car in a couple of weeks, so we'll see if it starts here. Starting with the key does not work anymore. We have a push button start over here. Let's just double check. And it fires right up. We have 181.3 miles on this tank. 27, almost 2,800 miles on this oil change. And 207,500 miles on the car. So, since the car is not registered, I can only drive it around on my property. But I can show you that in fact works. You can pick up the flickering of the headlights. Some of the stuff. As you can see, it works. I'm going to let it roll back down the hill, and then I will probably just kind of show you that it still works in 2nd gear. Honestly, it's not that hard to pull away in 2nd gear on this. It's not. Let's see. 1st. Wait. Did I pull away in 3rd? Okay. Let's just go into 2nd. Okay. That was 2nd gear. Alright. And again, I'm going to put her back down. So you can see she works just fine. I've put quite a bit of work into this car, and then 6th gear went out on me, and I decided I was done with it. So I've now got a Honda Fit. And I'm going to put this thing back in its place. Mechanically, there's not really any concern with it except for the transmission and the cruise control. Let's see where's the... There it is. I'll pull the engine oil dipstick here so you can have a look at that. Like I pointed out, it's like 2700. We're starting to get dark. You know, if you're the kind of person who goes, I change my oil every 3,000. Yeah, you could reasonably change it to 3,000, or you could probably take it to 5. No problem. Coolant. Don't think I'm going to get a look in there. I'd have to get a flashlight. Hey, Stuart, can you get me one of the stick lights, please? Let's see. What other fluids can I show you? Power steering fluid. Not sure if I'm getting that. You can see it's dripping off of it. I don't think it's really intended to tell you much more than if it's dripping off or not. Brake slash clutch. I assume this is clutch. I assume the clutch. Let's see if I can... There we go. You can see it's there. I would say on my screen it's there we go. Let's see. Hold on. When I pull my hand away, you're going to see the real color for just a little second. It's nice and clear. Battery, getting crusty. The strap is, I think, rattling around somewhere in the back. Really haven't had to do anything to the engine. Okay, thank you so much. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, good. Yep, you can see there. There's a low mark. There's a high mark. You can see that the coolant is pink. It's at a good level. Yeah. Probably really the only other thing I would want to show you is the underbody, because honestly that's the highlight of the car. Hey, can you put this away, please? Thank you. Because this is a Florida car. So let me get down a bit. Well, here's just one spot. Just look at how clean that is. No rust. Let's give it just a second. It's a little bit oily. One of the things I had to replace was an axle. So that's on the other side of the car. I'm on the driver's side of the car. But, can I turn on the light? Sorry, it doesn't look like... Oh, let me grab the stick light. Maybe I can... There we go. You can see, kind of crusty from just like road debris, but